This is a battle with swords, not some fist fight. As long as one of us is still breathing, then this fight's not over.
Hey everyone, this is Armored, and today I am back with the part 2 of which are the best alliances in this game. In the first part that I had covered a lot of major themes like HNB, ROK, Apex, SSI, UOD, then we had 59E, HATS, and I think 59E was there as well. So all these themes that I had covered initially in my part 1 were the alliances which are like the S tier teams of this game, like they are the best alliances in the game or the strongest alliances in the game right now, and probably nobody wants to face against them in Archipelago Raid or even a Genesis War. And most likely, when they do end up against you, it is quite a demoralizing effect. And then, if they are in your legion, and obviously, it is a very big and motivating factor that together with such themes. So in my part 2 today that I will be covering, so these are the alliances which are not quite the S tier, but they are as strong. Maybe they are reaching towards the S tier, and they are getting stronger with time as well. So in short, what I want to say is that these alliances are generally quite strong, and they have the potential to be one of the best in the game. So starting off, I will start with some of the alliances. So first one I want to cover is right. So in region 158, we have a new alliance that is like a merger of all the Japanese players in the game, and they have sort of, you can say that they have taken the game by like a storm right now. Right now, you might see that they are at 6.7 billion, but just before in Archipelago Raid, they were around 21, 22 billion, and they actually won the server G2 in Archipelago Raid. So their leader is Mr. King, and he's a mighty strong player. And he is formerly from HNB as well, and then he moved on to different Japanese alliances. So there are a couple of Japanese alliances on different servers which are extremely strong right now, but when they are together, then they become a very big force as well. So the next alliance I want to cover is from region 176, I believe. This is alliance NERA. I think that's NERA or a new era probably. So their leader was at some point Mr. Jinzo, who is over 500 billion might, 500 million might, and right now you can see they are currently at around 9.5 billion might. So this is nothing to scoff at, and this means that they are quite a strong team. They have leader of SCKE Alliance here as well currently, probably merging for some upcoming event, it seems. Then we have Victory Gold Verad, who it was, I think, from Alliance, sorry, Region 167, I think, I believe. I can be wrong, but I do think he's an extremely strong player as well. So all round, you can see quite a decent alliance. So the next alliance I want to cover is from Region 36. This is Alliance LM4S. They are an old alliance, and like right now they are at 12.3 billion might. Vendetta is their leader, and he has been for a long time. And then they have very active players as well: Stompy, Kill the Home, Dr. Gold, Hector, Noob, Saib, Nezel. So they have players from different regions which have actually joined here, and then they have, I think, formed a part of this team permanently. And right now, they are cross-region allies of HNB as well. Next, I want to cover is Alliance OXO from region 40. So Alliance OXO, they are an old alliance as well. Right now, they're at 11.4 billion might. So Zombie Destroyer at some point was their leader. Then I think it was Jenny Smash, and then ABZ. Like they have a rotation-based leadership, it seems. Then they have other strong players as well: Drakaris, Sirkan, MTP. Sirkan was at one point in HNB. Then Jenny Smash he is extremely strong as well. You can see he is at 1.1 billion kills, and then Zombie Destroyer, he's also extremely strong. So a lot of players who are in this alliance, and they are quite active fighters as well. Next alliance I want to cover is from region 116. They have made quite a name for themselves in the recent past few months. They are alliance IC8. Might be you can see they are at 9.2 billion byte, but don't let this be a distraction for you. So once I go to their member list, you can see their leader is extremely strong. He has a very high kill score as well, and he has a very pretty decent might. So the president is an overall, like you can say, lead from the front. Then he has a couple of members who are like matching up to him, their kill score, their points, whatever you want to say. And like they are a top heavy alliance, but I know that all of their members, they show up to fight. It is not like that I'm just mentioning them out of the blue, because I've covered some of their fights before, and these guys, they love to fight and they will try. It is not like they will give up or something like that. So region 155, another strong alliance, AXE, they end up in top brackets as well in Archipelago Raid, and then something like Genesis War as well. So word about them. So right now they are at 12.2 billion might, and they are cross-region allies of Boond and IC8 and NERA as well. And if you go to their member list, their leader, he is leading from the front. He has an extremely high kill score, and he has maxed out just the parts. So everyone who is watching this video at this point must know that this backpack is the most important equipment wise, and most important as part wise as well. So it is one of the best decisions, and whenever I see someone having equipment and backpack parts like maxed out, I think they have a very good understanding of this game. And then he has a very high kill score as well, but he's amply supported by other players as well in his alliance, and multiple players with 1 billion kills. This only proves the point that this is an alliance which loves to fight, I would say. So any alliance which is a fighter, any fighting alliance is going to give you trouble. And if you look at their alliance gift, it is a massive level 27, right? And they have 153 members. Probably some of them might be bots, but whatever. They have assembled a great team, in my opinion, and they put up a good show whenever we have to fight. Next, I want to cover is alliance ANKD from region 67. ANKD is a very old alliance, a pretty decent alliance with a core set of players, and then they are at around 7.7 billion might. Don't let that fool you. Their top player is Gonzo, 600 million might and like around 900 million kill points. Everything is maxed out, and same goes for his armaments. His armaments are pretty strong as well. So they have a very top heavy alliance, and other than that, their members are pretty decent. Like after their top players, rest of the players are mostly like rally joiners or fillers, and only a few are field fighters. They're missing a couple of players, I think. There was, I think, Big Friend or whatever, something like that. His was name. MXM is in region 175, I think. Let's go there. Yeah, so MXM are making quite a lot of wave in different servers right now. Right now they are at 9.8 billion might, and I cannot see their cross-region alliance because that gives you a good depiction of the alliance. But if you go to their alliance, they have a pretty decent set of players. Longing, Nicholas, they were over 10 billion might. So Nicholas is having 1 billion, 1 billion kill points. Like this is extremely good. And then they have a pretty strong set of support players as well. Like I would say, I would appreciate this alliance a lot. They were out of nowhere. They have assembled a great squad. Next alliance I want to cover is region 121. This is Alliance Loin, but I think most of them have moved on from Alliance Loin, let's see if they are there or not. But it seems, yeah, some of them are here. Curti is still here. I think he was playing with probably maybe MXM or some other alliance last time around, because I did not see him in Loin. I could be wrong. If he is watching, then I'm sorry. But yeah, Loin at one point had Jack as well and a couple of other strong players as well. In my opinion, they were a pretty decent alliance when Duxil was around, and most probably after Duxil, most of them have moved on. Let's hop over to region 131. So we have Alliance VOW there. They are a pretty good, very decent mid-tier alliance. So their problem only, I think, is that they are very top heavy. Like their top players, they are really strong. Like you can see Leopard, he was formerly from, I think, Apex and DHX. I think he left when he was in DHX, and I have not seen him in Apex, right? But then again, he is a super strong player. And then their support cast is really strong, really good players as well, very active, and they show up to fight as well. I've covered some of their fights as well. So, in my opinion, they have the potential to grow, because players like Danny Lee, Save Me, they have also played in VOW for some time. Going to Region 71, we have MD71. I must not miss this team. They have a very strong set of core players. So leading from the front, I think he's from Thailand. I could be wrong. And then they had Reneres, had Rock. Uh, Iridescence, I think he was from this alliance as well. I'm not seeing him here right now. Probably moved on, but then again, the majority of players are still right here. So a very decent alliance, MD71. Now I wanna hop over to region 245. In region 245, we have FLWs, the Fearless Warriors. The Fearless Warriors, they are an old alliance. So the word about FLWs that I wanna add is that they usually end up in like in region 1, 2, 3 a lot, and they have a very good set of players who always come up to fight. And leading from the front is this guy. Obviously, I cannot translate his name. I can do it, but it is not worth it for the time being. But then again, a lot of good players, and usually they are above like 11, 12 million might. Right now they are at 9.5. Probably they had merged for the last game week of Archipelago raid. So FLWs was the alliance that I just covered. Now I want to hop over to region 282. So region 282, they are having a very decent alliance. It is CSWD, and again CSWD, they show up to fight. A lot of good players in this team, are very strong, and right now they are at 12 billion plus might. This guy, he shows up to fight. He is extremely strong, and our last time around, he was in LL67, I think, with in region of one of Archipelago raid. And then again, they have a lot of strong T6 players and some old players from older regions as well. So overall, they have. Oh right, I found Iridescence. So he used to be in Alliance MD71, and right now he's in Region 282. And what it seems to me is that right now he's inactive because he's in rank 1, or maybe he has moved for some event, and right now he's there. So this was another active top alliance. Let's move on to region 246. So in region 246, we have DNTN. So DNTN is an old alliance now. It used to be, you can say, pretty decent alliance at 8 billion might. Some of the strongest players include the Shy, she or he, whatever. He is very strong. He has over 500 million kills on T6. He has very strong armaments. Then Toby from Boone, he also used to be here. And the support cast is extremely good as well. XYZZ, Sushi, the leader Krut, his mod on Discord official channel as well. So a lot of decent players in here. And this is also another alliance that loves to fight, and they always will show up for battle. One alliance that I have forgotten from region 108. Everyone knows about this alliance. It is 108 AVIS, a very strong alliance. 808 right now they are at 8 billion, but mostly it is above 10 billion. So probably some players have moved to some other regions. So you can see like close to 1.4 billion. He's sorry, closing in on to 1.5 billion kill points. And then they have other players with a very high kill score as well. Even their leader Leo. Uh, in one of the earlier videos that I have covered, in that Leo got zeroed. He was playing in server G9, I think, of Archipelago Raid, but it is quite an old video, and I think he used to be around 100 and maybe 50, 70 million might at that time. So moving on to region 224, I believe. This is Alliance RIPX. Yeah. So RIPX, like 10 billion kill points. Oh, sorry, million might. Very good, strong players. Gecko, he's maxed out on everything, and then he has a lot of T5 and T6 skills. Crazy Beefcake, I think she has played in Bone or DHX, one of those alliances as well. And then they have a very good support cast: Seabass, Four Horsemen. All of them are old players: Deca X and Wild Raven. And then you can see there are trees. They are also quite strong as well. So next I want to cover is region 252, my old region. And we have a very strong Japanese alliance in region 252, which is MDMG. And MDMG is also a Japanese alliance, and they love to fight as well. And one thing I want to say about them is that all of them have like huge snipers. They are like, even if someone is at 90 million might, then his armaments on probably snipers are going to be over 4 million at least. So they all invest in snipers, and they're all extremely, I would say, strong on snipers as well. Ryu Tommy JP, he is their strongest player. And then their podcast is as well very strong. So my old team Raz, he's also here, and overall a very decent alliance in my opinion. So next alliance I want to cover is from region 303. This is CLNF, I think. So last time around they merged for Archipelago Raid. I do not know what their result was, but as you can see, they have a set of players which are quite high in might, and they're standing at 9.4 billion might right now. So last time around, I think Jace was here as well. He was from DHX. So I have covered a lot of alliances, and I think I might be missing some alliances, but I have tried my best to cover all the alliances. Let's go to region, I think 365, DAYZ. I think it is DAYZ. So 8.6 billion might, and at one point K815 region 127 was a very huge alliance. They had Mr. Assassin who moved on to UOD. So their main player is this guy. He is having 305 million might and a whooping 1.3 billion kill points. So leading from the front, and then his support cast is also quite decent as well. So from the newer regions, I think Miss this alliance DAYZ it is one of the strongest in region 300 to 400 between these numbers. And then I want to show another old alliance. They're also in region 314. Alliance is lost. The alliance is not lost, but the name of the alliance is lost. And most of them are old players. Their strongest player is Swipe Happens. I think at one point he was Swipe Happens, and I think Swipe did not happen, so he's lost Swipe right now. 1.2 billion kill points, 296 million might, and overall he's very strong. Armaments are great, parts are great, equipment is great. And then he has a very good core set of players. They have been together from the older regions, I think, from 2021 or 22. I don't remember. Maybe it was 23. Again, an old alliance, very strong, and they understand the game as well. Let's go to region. Let's go to alliance LL67 in region 193. So this is one of the surprising alliances that have suddenly come up on the map, and they have been extremely good. So I think this was Mr. Eastwood. This was his account, probably. I can be wrong as well. And then usually they are around 12 or 13 billion, sorry, 12 or 13 billion in their might during the events, and I believe they merge during the events. The whole server and some of their cross-server friends, they also hop over. So they also show up to fight, and they are a powerful mid-tier alliance as well. From region 92, we have Arc 1. It is a very decent mid-tier alliance right now at 11 billion kill might. And then they have cross-region allies. Nothing special here. All probably new alliances. Their main players are this one. He has over 224 million might, and then he has around 800 million kill points as well. And overall, you can see his stats and his equipment parts. They are great, and of course, his armaments is great as well. Next region, I will be covering another uh, great, I would say, alliance at 23 gift points and 6.5 million might. So the real might lies in their leader, who is extremely strong. He has a very high might. He has a very high kill point. He was zeroed by HNB at one point in time, but obviously most of the troops they get recovered. Next alliance I want to cover is from region 149. Let's go to region 149. Big 8. They have recently emerged as a very decent mid-tier alliance. I did not know about them till a couple of events back. And leading from the front is Big Lulu. He is their strongest player, I think. And then his support cast again is very decent as well. So a lot of T6 players with decent equipment, decent equipment and parts, and most likely, I do not know for sure, their armaments are most probably be going to be pretty great as well. So one alliance I want to cover from the older regions is from region 51. Region 51 has top one, and they have also emerged as a very decent alliance, a very strong, I would say. They show up to fight. You can see 1.6 billion kill points on this guy. He's from region 26, most likely from BTW alliance. I think this is the old account of LeBron K, who was from HNB. I do not want to introduce LeBron because he's one of the smartest and strongest player in the game. His understanding of the game was pretty high level, as much as I've played with him and as much as I saw. And then you have other strong players who have uh, a decent support role here as well. So most of them have maxed out their parts and equipment in the middle. So whenever, like I said earlier, whenever I see something like that, it impresses me a lot. So you can see most of their top players, they have the center maxed out, and this is something which whenever I see it, like it always impresses me because it makes me understand that this guy has a very great understanding of this game. Yeah, one alliance that I forgot, which I like very much, is from region 49. I wanna add it. I wanted to add them to top alliances, but the reason I did not is because they usually merge with UOD in events now. So the leader is Mr. Yes Please. So he's a beast as well. So it seems his most of his gameplay is from rider-based heroes. So he has the rider-based equipment maxed out, then he has the center maxed out, and next it seems that he's going to max out his vanguard bottoms. His skill points, his skill score is very high, and one of the strongest players in the game, Coco Bongo. People are sleeping on this guy. He has maxed out armament, and then he has a very high level in his workshop as well. And then you have a lot of other strong players in the team as well. So some players have left this alliance because at one point they were at well above at 13 billion, 14 billion kill points. Sorry, might, but right now it is reduced. But this is how the game is. And the last alliance I think I want to cover is Alliance CHEV from Region 35. They are an extremely old alliance at 9.3 billion might. So their strongest player is Mr. Take One. I do not need to introduce his stats; they speak for themselves. Then his second strongest player is Baroque, and he also has like everything maxed out. So leading from the front are these two guys, and then they have a big set of T6 players to help them out during different phases of battle in various events. So let me go through if any alliance if I've missed. Okay, yeah, one alliance I want to cover because they are good friends with me is from 179 ILO. But one thing about ILO is that they're a very top heavy alliance. So at 11.5 billion kill points, sorry, billion might, they are pretty strong. And mostly it is Twilight Law who is leading them from the front. He's their strongest player. And then a number of other players which always show up to support him. So this is another great alliance. I hope I have not missed any alliance. I hope I covered majority of the alliances, which are not quite top tier, but they are not the type that you will scoff at, not the type that you want to mess around with, or even like face up against. So this will be it for today. My criteria for selecting these teams is because I have personally seen most of them fight. The advantages to playing with the S tier alliances are always there because they are very well coordinated. They always show up to fight. Like if you are in a smaller alliance, most likely 10 people, maybe 15 people will show up to fight. But if you're in an S tier alliance like HNB, ROK, UOD, SSI, you will have 80, 90 people who will turn up to fight. Obviously, people have issues in real life as well. Some might not show up, some have sleep timings and different cycles of life. They may be a job. But the difference that is in the top alliance and the mid tier alliance is that the top tier alliance they will always fight. Always, when there is a fight for some objective, they will show up and they will show up in numbers. So all these alliances, which are right now not on not quite on the level of the top tier alliances, obviously, uh, there are various reasons for it. And my reason for selecting the mid tier alliance is because these guys, mostly mostly these alliances merge during different like events, and after the events they go back to their respective regions, respective alliances. So yeah, this is the big region. In bigger alliances, most of the people stay in their alliance. They do not usually move on. and they contribute to its growth. So that is all I think for today. And hopefully you like my video, my uh, what should I say, like the mid-tier alliances that I have covered. I hope most of you would agree. And if I have missed some alliance and you think it should have been included, I'm always open for your suggestions. And I will try that next time I make such a video that I will be covering those alliances as well. So nothing intended against anyone. Yeah, although I do not like this alliance personally, but yeah, I have to say these guys, and they're fighters as well, and they have a very strong set of players. They are RIAL from 68. Then Russ, he's very strong, maxed out uh, snipers, I believe. And then they have Dart 14, who is super strong as well. And then they have other players like Z, Big Bad Wolf, Egoistica, and Wise, Peter Sky. All of these players, Campcat. So all these players, they provide the ample support their leaders need to actually fight. So this will be it for today. And guys, thank you for watching. Even if you do not agree with me, please have a heart and give me suggestions in the comments and whatever you want to say. And I'm open for suggestions, so the next time I can make a better video. And next time I wanna make a classification video. Like I will make a tier list of all the alliances that I've covered in tier list, as in like all the alliances I've covered in part 1 and part 2. I will divide them into 3 tiers so that you guys can have a better idea of which alliances are better than, not better, like stronger than the next alliance. So thank you for watching, guys, and have a good day.